Just as a side note, the pants I used in that intro were too big, so I'm not wearing them. Anyways, I don't really have much of a Halloween special. I figured I'd just dress up in a costume that I used a couple years back and show you a really good match. Since there's no Scarfracha here, you know there's not going to be a trick, and since it's against MMLFrostyPixie, you know you're going to be in for a treat. So we'll go ahead and play back right now. It was a standard match we had on a whim. We also had a couple of Gen 5 matches, and then she's like, you know, let's play with Gen 4 for a little bit. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So, it's Swampert versus Blaziken. There's no way in fuck I'm gonna stay in, even if I were to pack the HP Grass, but I'm purely physical, so not gonna happen. I'm gonna switch in predicting the Stealth Rocks or the Earthquake. Either or isn't really gonna bother me too much. As indicated by the health bar, you know, I took it okay, but not really that well. I know it's not going to want to stay in this early in the game, so I go ahead and go for the Leech Seed on the switch. It does switch to Heatran. There was no way I really could have predicted that. If I was being really aggressive with my plays, I could have gone right for the Earth Power, but there's also the opportunity that something would have resisted Seed Flare in the form of Flying, so Earth Power would have gotten any damage in. And especially right now that I switch, I have Leech Seed working through the sub for me, which is really cool. And it looks like this is a bulkier Heatran set, because it does have Will-O-Wisp, it does have sub. I don't remember whether or not I saw Protect, despite me doing this match just yesterday. This hat is really itchy. We're just going to wear it this way, even though shit isn't really going down yet. So the the Leech Seed happens, and I do break the sub, and I'm going to go for Protect on the off chance of an explosion, but it goes for the Earth Power instead. I don't know what set this thing runs. So it's Will-O-Wisp, it's got sub, it's got Earth Power. I'm thinking it's got Lava Plume. I'm not 100% on that though. And okay, so it does go for the Earth Power. I know because it's not stab and it is a bulkier set. There's a possibility I'll take that really well, which I do. So I go ahead and go for the Wish, fully knowing I'll be able to continue stalling as long as I have Leech Seed going, and I won't be taking that much from Burn because I do have I have Leech Seed helping me and lefties, and I actually think I end up somewhere in the same neighborhood that I was before, so it's kind of like with Sandstorm and lefties how kind of balances out, whatever. Anyways, Jirachi comes in, and I don't know what variant this is, so I'm gonna Protect after this turn in case it wants to cripple me, because the instant I saw Jirachi, I was like, oh, it's going to trick me something. So that way I can't keep stalling for time. So I go for the Protect right off the bat, just see what it wants to do. And she goes ahead and sets up a sub. I'm like, shit. Okay. Half her team no sub practically. So I'm going to have to break this sub. And I don't know what kind of Jirachi this is. And, you know, I don't really keep tabs on her videos. Otherwise, you know, this could have potentially been a really unfair fight and I could have brought a counter for it. But it turns out to be sub Calm Mind, and I'm thinking, I don't know how to deal with this. There's no way I'd be able to break the sub in one hit, so it's going to take me 2 to break the sub. I'm going to have to switch in something else, and I'm also going to have to, I'm potentially going to have to fodder something out to this thing. So, well, how it's going to work is I'm going to break the sub now. I'm going to switch out to something while she subs to get the sub back up. Bring in something that's faster so I can break the sub. Potentially live or hit, and if I die, then I have to go to something else that's fast as well to take it out. So this thing with 2 Calm Minds under its belt is, you know, it's becoming a bother really quickly. So I go to my Blaziken once the sub is broken, and she goes for the sub as I predicted, but there's not really anything I can do about it, because, you know, I can go for the Flare Blitz, which I thought was kind of aggressive, because I know that Heatran is still alive, and she could have done that. And I was thinking Superpower, but I would rather force it out while it has a sub and 2 Calm Minds in order to take advantage of the Flash Fire, than go for a Superpower and not have enough power to take it out afterwards. But she doesn't have Psychic, she has T-Bolt, which is good, and I live with 30, so I'm gonna get a Blaze Flare Blitz, except for the fact that I get Parahacks, which kinda sucks, but at least she went for the T-Bolt now. So now she's exposed and I can go ahead and take it down. Well, exposed as in she doesn't have sub. So I go to my Metagross and I'm just going to go ahead and keep going for Earthquake, knowing she's going to have to attack at some point. And yeah, this is probably going to be my main way of whittling it down. Kind of got a little bit ahead of myself here, so hold on. Lefties and that stuff. I think she was hoping for parahacks on her next attack. I'm not sure whether or not I went for agility on this turn, predicting her to go on the offense, but oh wait, yes I did. Cool. Okay, glad I'm on the same wavelength as myself. So now I can outspeed and I can attack before she sets up another sub or she goes for another attack. And because it's not, I don't know whether or not it's beefed up in defense, but I don't think any kind of Jirachi can take an Earthquake from a Metagross at half health. Maybe max HP, maybe max defense, but whatever the case, it didn't take it. She sends in a Heracross, which is more than likely going to be Scarf, so I go for the Meteor Mash to take it down some, but I missed the Meteor Mash, which was not really that crucial. It still kind of sucked because she did get the pair hacks, and now I have a miss, so the hacks is a little bit in her favor, but in some of the matches we played later that night, I absolutely hacked her to pieces. So I bring in the Starmie knowing that the Heracross is choiced in some way, whether or not she'd be bluffing Scarf. I think she did turn out to be Scarf. And she sends in her Heatran as fodder so she can bring this Heracross back in. Now, I know she's not gonna bluff Scarf, and I know for a fact she is a Scarf after she brings it in on the Starmie again. So she goes for the Night Slash. I was thinking Pursuit, so I stayed in, knowing I could take either a Pursuit or a Night Slash because they're not stab. And yeah, I mean, if she went for the Mega Horn, I would have been boned, but then I could have brought in Scizor from there. So it was actually a smart play for her to use Night Slash to whittle me down a little bit. Anyway, I do take it out, and right here I was worried that this thing had Bullet Punch and it was going to start wearing me down. But she goes for the Thunder Punch instead, predicting my switch to attempt Wish Passing, which is a really good play on her part. And because I am the bulky Vaporeon, and I think she runs a more offensive Machamp that doesn't have all of its EVs and HP, it's gonna be able to outspeed me anyways and take me out. So, and then I learn right now, as soon as I switch in the Starmie, it's not packing Bullet Punch. So I got scared for nothing. I lost a Vaporeon for nothing, which actually would have come in really handy, as you'll see during the last turns of the match. But a Stab Psychic actually is enough to take it out because it doesn't have anything invested in HP. And I do pass out from Life Orb Recoil, but I figure right now is a good opportunity to switch in Shaman because I know she still has that Swampert left, which she actually goes ahead and switches in. And I know she has one other one which I haven't seen yet, but I know Swampert is going to be a 50-50 odds of a switch in, and Shaman should be able to take on one of the two coming in for sure. She thinks I'm going to go for Leech Seed again, over predicting, but while I have the Swampert out, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to go ahead and attack it as hard as I can. And then she sends in her Penis, and I'm like, I don't think the rest of my team is fit to handle this Penis. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Seed Flare. And this Gyarados takes it actually rather well. It only does half, gets a Dragon Dance up, and now that it's faster than me, I'm fearing an Ice Fang, or I don't know what I was fearing, but it goes for the Bounce. So, kinda sucks, and I don't really want Shaman to take that stab hit. So, I go to my Scizor, knowing if I get the Parahacks, it's not gonna matter because I rely on priority anyways. And I don't know what said Scizor wants to do now. So, I go for the Bullet Punch. I guess she predicted me going for the Swords Dance. So, she bounces again instead of going for Waterfall again, which actually did end up being a misplay on her part, as you'll see in a little bit. Not wanting to take it out because I know she has Life Orb, I should be able to pick it off with a Bullet Punch next turn, so I go to Shaman as fodder so I can bring in Scizor safely. Thankfully she didn't get Rock set up with her Swampert, otherwise we could be talking a different story right here. But if you look at the health, I have 34 HP left, and Life Orb will do 32, so after taking out this Gyarados, I'll be left with 2 health. And that is undisputably another really good game I've had this week. Definitely one of the closer ones I've had so far. And that's it. We actually had like five matches, I want to say. 4 or 5 on the stream day, which actually turned out to be a lot of fun. She does have one of them saved, which I hope she'll upload because I actually had a lot of fun during that one. And then we did 2 other ones. I got absolutely wrecked in one of them. She got absolutely wrecked in one of them, which is, you know, kind of why I play the rival music, because we're kind of like even in terms of win-loss records against each other. So I do find that really cool that I found someone that's actually in my skill gap, and we have a lot of fun playing each other. So you're probably going to see more matches like this in the future. And that'll do it for today. Next video is coming out on Tuesday, but since I'm uploading this on Sunday, you guys have a happy and safe Halloween. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'm not gonna get too silly or anything. Anyways, see you guys later.